Hello Twin Flames, and welcome back to my channel, God Got Conscious Twin Flame 1111. My name is Pam, and I want to thank you for joining me today. We are definitely in a full moon energy, which is, well, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems a little more gentle than it was the last time, but it is a different type of energy this month. So, today, in Jesus Calling, May 30th, time with me cannot be rushed. When you are in a hurry, your mind flitters back and forth between me and the tasks ahead of you. Push back to the demands pressing in on you. Create a safe space around you, a haven in which you can rest with me. I also desire this time of focused attention, and I use it to bless you, strengthening and equipping you for the day ahead. Thus, spending time with me is a wise investment. Bring me the sacrifice of your precious time. This creates space around you, space permeated with my presence and my peace. So that goes along with the push and pull that was in the reading yesterday. The push and pull from the three-dimensional world to the fifth-dimensional world, from the egoic state of mind to the spiritual state of mind. So we're in a true calling to rise above what is seen to the subconscious side. And with that goes Psalm 119:27. Make me understand the way of your precepts, so shall I meditate on your wonderful works. My soul melts with heaviness, strengthening me according to your word. Remove from me the way of lying, and grant me your law graciously. I have chosen the way of truth. Your judgments I have laid before me. I cling to your testimonies, O Lord. Do not put me to shame. I will run the course of your commandments, for you shall enlarge my heart. So that was Psalms 25 through 32. And that is, after praying, meditating, and opening up the spread for today, that's exactly where the collective is. I am listening to this morning a divine love meditation. I carried it on from yesterday, theta binaural beats by Good Vibes, because we are really being forced by the universe, and it seems this happens with the full moons, to focus more on the spiritual realm than on the physical realm. And we have a lot of difficulty with that as a human race, because we're really not trained in that way by way of the world. So you actually have the moon card in your reading today, and you have energies that are being shifted for you. So don't resist it. I think we talked about that yesterday. They are confirming for you today. So you're being weighed down by the weight of the world, it's showing, and that you are somewhat overwhelmed by it. It's just so heavy. See how he is just kind of, weighted down by those wands. The creative opportunity just kind of turned against him. The pressures of whatever project he was working on. It's talking about becoming a slave to your goals, maybe a slave to your ambitions. So I got two messages with this, and one was, this is a general reading for both the masculines and the feminines. So feminines, there are many of you that are undergoing this transition from the natural world to the subconscious world to the spiritual world. This is a very clear reading that it's including both the masculine and feminine, because you have him kind of weighted down, and you have you in the swords. And we had you in the swords yesterday, but it is showing up differently today as an unexpected. And what it's showing up today is that perfectionism, the perfectionism that we have, is what's causing us to be weighted down. Getting honest with ourselves also can cause us to be weighted down. That we were looking at things from maybe a perspective that no longer serves us, from a belief system that no longer serves us. So this perfectionism, this desire for everything to go the way we want it to go, is really causing us some issues. They're asking you to get a new perfection, a new perspective in this reading. They're asking you to allow intuition, creative source through meditation to guide you. Don't let your strength, which is where, so we have the moon, we have 3 major arcanas going across the middle of this spread. The Hanging Man is the outcome card. So you have the moon, which is showing the dark self and the light self and the illusions, and one is the friendly wolf. Actually, that's a dog. And then you have the dark wolf that is not so friendly, that is causing us some angst, which this has given us some answers to that. So with this full moon energy, some creative changes and cycles and evolution of this relationship are coming to pass. You are not in control of it. You can't manipulate it, you can't change it, you can't shift it. Don't try. That's why you're feeling this, because under your own devices, it becomes a heavy weight. When it is put into the hands of the universe and God and the angels, this is not the energy that we feel. We feel more like this, like, okay, bring it. And I am open to everything that is showing up. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. The Hanging Man. Just, okay, whatever you have in store for me, bring it. I'm ready. Your strength has been, I'm getting this like back and forth. But I'm getting that your strength is your weakness. And you have to surrender. You have to surrender, and this is your energy in the swords. Just rest, meditate, relax. This is you guys right now. You really need to take the time to allow your intuition to become the dominant force in your life. Not the intellect, not your own strength, not your own ideas, not brute force in this one, but the divine is directing this energy right now, seeking the larger meaning and the underlying universal shifts that occur, so that you are more open to going with the flow and being in this vulnerable position to gain a new perspective that they want to show you. And the overall energy of being weighed down can be shifted if you allow the universe to do the work and you step back, surrender, and let God take it over. Many of you, it's saying, are vacillating between the dark and the light, and really starting to get a better knowledge. So congratulations to many of you that have been able to get a better understanding of how we are supposed to play a role in this universe, and being in the state of surrender. For others of you that have not been able to understand that this is not within our control, especially with 3 major arcanas in here. You have the moon, you have the Hanging Man, and you have strength. So you have the moon and the strength on either side of the Hanging Man. So the illusions just have the strength to know that this has nothing to do with you, or better yet, the weakness. See the triangle on her face? That's coming from the third eye, and that she has the ability to subdue the lion. Just showing this. She has the ability to subdue the lion, but she has to stay in the center of these two worlds. So the center of the conscious and the subconscious worlds. And the subconscious world is a scary place because we haven't been trained to work in that world. And then it's showing the magician underneath that. So you want to be very creative. Not just, the magic occurs when we surrender. When we allow God to do his job, the magic occurs. And then we have an ace of coins under that. The divine has this under his control. He does not need your help. He does not need your help. The best thing you can do is to learn to navigate, or to pray for the guidance to navigate in the middle of that world. You're not there, and that's probably the magician energy is coming to you. If you can surrender, when you surrender. I know you can. It's not an if. It's a matter of a when you can surrender. This new perspective of looking at things from a more esoteric, spiritual paradigm is going to help you gain the perspectives you need for your divine masculine, so that he can be empowered as well. So we work together on these paths, but letting the divine in, not rushing the process, like I said in the reading today, spending time with the divine in rest. Some of you are already doing this, so this may not be as difficult. This is like a test. This is a cycle of going around again, and it may feel like I've been down this road before, but you are being tested on your resolve. You're being tested on how well you can do this. And it's not a test in the form of pass or fail. It's more a test of the strengthening of your inner reserve, strengthening of what God wants for you to be, and to not rush any of the process, to not be in control of this process, to not manipulate it in any way in a magician state, but to just allow it to be done for you, and let God be the miracle worker in this. And so I'm going to bring Kuan Yin into this today, because that's what I'm being guided to do, to give you the advice and the ideas to help you navigate through this energy. Really, the help that you need is staying. What they're saying is the help that you need is just staying in meditation, and don't try to think your way out of it. Now, if you're getting thoughts, one of the things you can do is journal them, and then pray and wait. I wait 3 days before I take action on an idea if I'm not sure. Fear is the driving force that they're trying to get you to surrender in faith. Fear is not the truth. Fear is of the lower vibrational energies, and that has to go. They're saying that overall, surrender into faith and hope for a future that is destined for you, and that able to do that, for them to do that, you need to rest your mind, rest your thoughts, take that helmet off. The unexpected is some of you are going to right back into this again, and you're going to have to come around to get to this. The unexpected, if you can manage to stay in a meditative mode, then you're not going to need to do this. So yesterday it was more in the positive, today it's more in the negative. That's how the energies work. And that is revealed by the full moon, and this is really to, again, strengthen your resolve. I know I repeat myself, I apologize. That's how the angels speak to me, so I'm speaking to you that way. That's how they want you to get the messages. They want you to stay in the center, like the flow of water. Don't interrupt it. Stay in the flow of the water. And in the balance of center. And the balance, the center, look at that. Look, see how he's just there in the middle of these two columns, and then he's touching the light towards the water, and not afraid to be in the subconscious mind. Again, no fear. God gave us the spirit of faith, not the spirit of fear. So he's between the world and the cosmos, heaven and earth. And in that in-between state is where we need to be trained to stay in. Don't resist it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't resist it. If you can manage to stay in this meditative, calm state, like when we're sleeping, during your waking hours, and just be, you will be able to navigate this. They're going to test you on this so that it can strengthen your resolve. I know that was repeated. They're going to test you on this so that you can strengthen your resolve. Because the journey is going to begin again, and they're going to see how you did this time around. They want to make sure that you get this lesson, because wherever they're putting you on mission, it needs you to be able to be in, that it is in the core of your being, throughout your veins and in the DNA. It's breaking old cycles. This is not just about you. See, in all of these cards, look, the cosmos. We don't know enough about being in that state of the cosmos, the subconscious mind. Letting what's in the subconscious just reveal itself to us and going with the flow. So they're training you, rather than testing you. I'd rather say they're training you to remember to stay in that flow. That what you think is not necessarily the truth. That your intellect, because you feel a certain way, our feelings generate the thoughts, which generate the supposed truths, but our feelings aren't facts. Our feelings are being presented to be questioned and to brought to the surface so that we can really start to dismiss what isn't real. Some of those feelings have been from years and years and years ago. Some of those feelings are a way to keep us separated. And they want us to be in this alignment of the truth of God's truth, not the people's truth, not your truth necessarily. Yes, it's a truth that you feel, but your feelings aren't the facts. They're coming to the surface to be healed and to be released. To be healed. It's a ritual, essentially. When the moon comes, just know that there's going to be a releasing of the old to make room for the new. And if those feelings are not serving the greater good, they must be brought to the surface and released. So don't be afraid of that. All right, Kuan Yin, what message do you have? What kind of message do you have for the twin flames, particularly the feminines, so that she can pray for the divine masculine? Because they're both going through this, is what I'm hearing. They're both going through this at a new level. So I thank you for that. Okay, Kuan Yin, what are your messages for me, for us, for the divine union? What I can relay to this beautiful, beautiful community. I just was reminded, sometimes we're our own worst enemy, because we have way too much knowledge, and we are better served to stay in the state of I don't know, is what I'm reminded. Our knowledge comes from experience, which is, if we use our experience, sometimes it's not, it's experience sometimes based on who and where we were at the time that we had the experience. And there are times that we are in a different state of evolution when we have that experience. Let's say a rejection from our twin flame, And at that time we were extremely, extremely insecure. But now we're not that as insecure. We are a little bit more firm in our convictions. We know who we are. We have seen the fruits of our labor. We no longer, in some of our cases, we no longer need the approval of the divine masculine, or many other people for that matter. We need and seek the approval of the divine. But 5 years ago, had you shared this with me, I would have never believed you, because I had all the answers. So he was behaving in a certain way, and there was no way he was going to change, and I'm done with this journey, and God, give me somebody else, because he's not good enough for me, and as if I had any control over it, and I really didn't. And for the opportunity to finally get to this level, I had to repeat this lesson for the period of several years. And even most recently, when we went through this last separation, though it was much easier, I focused solely on the divine. I focused on this. I sometimes would fluctuate between this, I felt like internally, but I was able to move more towards this. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, in 21 days, I was in my car on my way to Florida, had everything sold. I had no idea, other than this is what I got and this is what I'm going to do. And that takes a lot of strength. And I know that it takes a lot of strength, but when you get equipped with that information, you will know. It may not be time yet, because all the lessons that I got between doing what I did, having the strength to do what I did and the courage to do what I did, I had to go through this period over and over again until I was able to really, truly follow authentically the divine. Otherwise, I probably would have run back. Truth of the matter is, had I not followed the divine and stayed in that center, I probably would have stayed in New York and not come back to Florida, which would have been a disaster. It's not time yet. God told me it's not time yet. It would have been nice, but it didn't feel right yet. As we get to know each other on a new plane of existence, really truly as friends, it makes, it makes a world of difference to say, you know what? The truth is the truth is the truth. I don't have to rush it. I can allow God, as was the reading today, I can allow God to do what needs to be done, because we still have lessons, each of us, in between all of this. And the book of changes. So you're going through an internal change. You are going through the change of from the 3D world to the 5D world, and staying in the center of it like this. And let's see how Kuan Yin wants us to pray over that, and what her advice is for us. That's the one constant, is change. We will always be in a state of change. Just like a beautiful but unusual melody, the divine plan is unfolding through your life. Although it isn't always predictable, Kuan Yin is guiding you in the right direction. Even you do not fully understand what is happening in your life right now. Allow Kuan Yin to bless you with trust in the unfoldment of your own divine path. The Book of Changes is always at play, helping us find our way. You are just taking a smarter route to your destination. Wow, thank you, God, thank you, angels. Sometimes situations or circumstances occur that seem to take us away from our desired goal, or cause us to question whether we need to take matters into our own hands to achieve our desired manifestation. Even if we do not understand why something is happening the way that it is right now, with patience and experience, the wisdom and helpfulness of a situation is often revealed, and we can marvel at how we were assisted through the workings of a higher intelligence that we did not understand at the time. Just like an experienced guide on a mountaintop, Kuan Yin has traversed the spiritual path over many lifetimes to arrive at her enlightened and compassionate state. She is very wise, and she is blessing you with her grace, even if that grace seems to be a dark cloud. a delay, an unexpected disappointment, or even a wonderful new opportunity in a different direction. She can help you avoid pitfalls that you do not need to encounter if you trust in her guidance. You can read the Book of Changes and understand the divine plan unfolding through you to help lift you onto your divine path with the least struggle. You are being asked to trust and allow the circumstances in your life to unfold right now. If there are delays, don't force an issue. Let it settle and sort itself out with as little interference by you as possible. You do not have to let anyone take advantage of you, nor do you have to present yourself from expressing your truths and feelings about whatever is happening. However, you are being guided to trust that no matter what appears to be the case right now, this detour or unexpected situation is a blessing from the divine plan, confirmed by Kuan Yin, assisting you in avoiding unnecessary problems later on as she corrects your life direction and helps you move forward with greater grace on your divine path now. Healing with the Book of Changes. Lie quietly in a darkened room and take your awareness into your heart center. Imagine that there is a light glowing in your heart and a divine path unfolds before you, rising up, winding and curving, sometimes unexpectedly, yet always bathed in golden light. On that path you see or sense the beautiful luminous energy fields of Kuan Yin as she tosses golden coins in the air and watches them as they land, laughing gently at the patterns they form, clapping her hands with delight. She sees you and raises her hand in blessing. Offer to her any situation or unexpected circumstance, wanted or unwanted, that is in your life at this time. Perceive her receiving this from you, turning it into golden coins and tossing it in the air, noticing the pattern as the coins land. She sends love to those coins from her heart and then returns them to you. Take them into your heart and know all is well. A prayer to honor the Book of Changes. Beloved Kuan Yin, thank you for your blessings of divine grace and assistance through my life as I allow the divine plan, the Book of Changes, with all its wisdom to simply flow with trust and faith. I now pray for the courage to trust in your goodness and assistance, to see the beauty and perfection of all situations so that I may benefit from it greatly now. Thank you for your help. Om Shanti. May I feel your peace in my heart now. Om Shanti. Well, so this isn't the instructions for you to get through this full moon energy, to stay in this kind of hanging man meditative state. Not allow your own strength to interfere with what the Book of Changes has for you. Don't interfere with what the Book of Changes has in store for you. It's very, very beautiful. You don't have that 30,000 foot view right now, but you will get it. So if this reading resonated with you and you feel inspired to donate, please click the link below. There is a link below also if you feel that you are called to have a reading done for your specific circumstances. I would be happy to book a reading, and you can do so in the links below. I will be back tomorrow, and then hopefully this afternoon I can get the guided reading for the month of June to you, the 4 weeks, the 4 weeks ahead. I want to thank you for watching, and I really appreciate all the comments, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. I appreciate each and every one of you, and will keep you in my prayers that the Book of Changes is there for you, and it is my hope and my desire for you So just allow God and the angels to assist you on this path. I want to thank you for watching. Have a very blessed day.